All right, everyone, we've had a chance to let the blood flow a little bit, kind of shake the last part of the Super Saturday event off, get ready for the next part. So, any of you in here who are coaches that are looking to get to the top, that are looking to accelerate your business, or even if you're not a coach and you are looking to just get into the business, or just how to reach out to people and how to start helping somebody get onto their journey. This is stuff that people pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for as far as training. And we're going to give it to you today, right now, for the whatever cost you paid to be here. So pay attention, take notes. We're going to start with how to build your team with integrity. That's very important. And to do that, I'm going to call up somebody who has absolutely no problem doing that. I'm sure she's learned a lot along her journey. But please welcome 3-star premier coach, Dana Wilson.
What's up, guys? Look at us putting New Jersey on the map. Like, this is pretty crazy, right? I mean, are you not used to like church basement Super Saturdays? Like this is really top notch and awesome. All right, so I didn't really know what to talk about today, and I reached out to my success partner and one of my very good friends, and I asked her, and if you don't have a success partner, find one. And I said, I need help. I don't know what to talk about. I don't have a topic. I'm lost. And she's like, I'll tell you what I want to know. I'll tell you what my girls want to know, what my team wants to know. They want to know how you got such an awesome and amazing team. And the truth is, I feel lucky. I feel really lucky that these women have walked into my life. But what we've done since we've come together is, I think, what really makes us shine and what really makes me proud. And we've created a team culture that I'm proud of. So how do you go about creating this culture? It starts with you. You have to create it. So your ideal team, what does your ideal team look like? Do you have a community? Do you have support? Do you have integrity? What are the characteristics? Those are the people, the characteristics that you want in your team. That's what you have to look for in people. What about your team makes you proud? Or what about the team you're going to build? What will make you proud? I know for me, it's the friendship, it's the love, it's the support, it's the lifting people up, it's our integrity, and it's just the community that we have built together that makes me proud of Team Fierce Ambition. Where are my girls? Oh, come on, really? Thank you. A lot of them are wearing wigs. You'll see them around. So it starts with you. You're the reason that they join the team. You are their leader. So how you behave and how you act is how your team is going to act. They're going to look for you. You have to model good behavior. You have to set a leader standard, and you have to build trust within your team. You're setting the standard. They're going to follow what you do. They're going to do what you do. What are you doing every day to prove to them that you are a leader? Are you doing the 3 vital behaviors? Are you doing the ugly? Or are you giving up because it's the 26th of the month and you haven't hit Success Club? I'll tell you who isn't giving up. My coach Maureen isn't giving up. She's busting her butt every day. She's not throwing in the towel, and she's proving to her team that she's a leader. And that's exactly what every leader should be doing. You need to be consistently building trust, and you do that by consistently showing up for your team and just being there, connecting with them. Don't worry about their Success Club points or their volume. Worry about them as people and connect with them and build that trust. You have to be consistent with it. It's going to be thankless for a long time, but that trust will come, and your team will show up for you once you've built that trust. All right. Growth thrives in the right environment, so it's up to you as the leader of your team or the team that you will be building to create that right environment. How do you want your team to feel? Do you want them to be continually challenged? Of course you do. You want them to have passion and have drive, because that's what that fuels you, and that's what makes you feel fulfilled. You want your team to feel encouraged and uplifted. There's nothing more important than making your coaches feel amazing about themselves, no matter what's going on, no matter if they've had a crummy month or they haven't had a lot of volume. So what? Lift them up in another way. You know, you've seen them posting amazing posts or touching people's lives. Whatever they're doing, build them up and compliment them on that. And then they will start to believe in themselves. You want to constantly push your team out of their comfort zone, but at the same time, you want to make sure they're concentrating on their strengths. So when you know your team and you know your people, you'll know their strengths, and you'll be able to push them towards those strengths, but still outside of their comfort zone. You want your team to know that failure is a good thing, because if they're failing, it means that they're trying something new, that they're getting out of their comfort zone. Failure is a good thing. When you're not failing, you're not trying something new, you're not pushing yourself. So let them know that failing forward is always a positive. And you want everybody should have the desire to change, the desire to grow, and the desire to help people, because that's what this business is all about at the end of the day. You want them always wanting more. And of course, you want a positive atmosphere. Nobody wants to check into their group. No one's going to be excited to check into their group if it's constantly like negative and complaining about this and complaining about that, or I didn't hit Success Club, or whatever it is. Always make sure your group has a positive vibe going on every day. And if your coaches aren't doing that, you need to get in there and do that, and they will follow suit, and they will follow you. And recognize good behavior. I shouldn't say good behavior, but recognize the behaviors that you want repeated. If you see your coach is doing something and it's uplifting your entire team, or it's helping people, or it's helping the entire Beachbody community, whatever it is, recognize that behavior. Even if it's not something number-wise or, Success Club points, or if it's helping your team grow, recognize that behavior. It will be repeated if you're recognizing it, especially if you're publicly posting about it in your group, on their page, however you need to do it, however that person takes, however they get their gratification. Make sure you're recognizing their behavior for them, because that is how you will get that repeated. Okay, so you have to remember, you attract who you are. There's a lot of coaches who sign up and they want to just, they have a go attitude right from the beginning. But at the end of the day, you have to figure out, are these coaches, can they, or are they will they? Because there's a big difference. Everybody can do this. Everybody can be a successful Beachbody coach. But will they? It's the difference between ability versus attitude. And if they have that bad attitude, like they're not willing to try, they're not willing to go the distance, they're not willing to go out of the box, you can't change that for them. Only they can change that with themselves. So you as a leader need to make sure that you are spending your energy, your good energy, on the people that are giving you good energy. Work with the willing. You cannot pull anyone along on this journey with you. You can't pull them along. You can't make them want what you want. You can't want this more than they want this for themselves. Back to I said modeling good leadership for your team. If you are showing your team commitment, if you are modeling good leadership for your team will show up for you. Their commitment will start to show. And like I said, it can be a little bit of a thankless in the beginning. But if you keep showing up and you keep showing that commitment and you keep showing your team that you are invested in them and that you care about them and that that they are important to you, their commitment will begin to show. Be the coach that you want on your team. Are you pushing for Success Club? Are you really and truly helping your customers and your challengers? Are you doing your 3 vital behaviors? Are you working out? Whatever being an amazing coach is to you, You have to do that so that your coaches will do it too, because they're going to model your behavior. Behave with integrity. And like I said, be the coach that you want on your team. Okay, so this is one of the most important things, I believe, and we try to work on this on my team a lot, and that's developing leaders within your team. You might be the leader of your team, but you need to develop leaders multi-levels down. I just had my first 1-star diamond 3 levels deep. Do you know how amazing a feeling that is? I can't even explain to you how good that feels to see that success coming within my downline. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're developing leaders, your coaches to be leaders and their coaches to be leaders. How are you going to do that? You need to know your downline. You need to know who your coaches are. I know who Maureen's coaches are. I know who Kim's coaches are. I'm getting to know all of Allison's new coaches. It's something that is so important when you are leaders to know who's in your group. When your group gets too big, which I'm starting to see, and it bothers me that I can't get to know everybody the way that I want to, know the people who are pushing. Know the people that are trying hard. Know the people that are going for it and that are stepping up and showing leadership qualities. Know their names. I welcome everybody when they come onto my team. If someone, we always have like a new coach and a welcome, and I make sure I go and I welcome every single coach that comes into my team. And we also have a friend request day. Every so often I say, okay, everyone go and friend request 3 new people from our team, because you don't want to get the new coaches to come in and get lost. You want everybody to know everyone, and more importantly, you want to know your downline. You have to be willing to help with all of your coaches, be willing to work with all of your new coaches, all the coaches in your downline, especially the newbie coaches that have the newbie coaches. A lot of times people sign up and they sign their 2 friends up right away, and then you got 3 coaches. Just because they're Emerald doesn't necessarily mean that they know what they're doing. So you have to be able to partner up with anybody in your downline. But you don't want to overshadow those people either. You want to lift your leaders up. Don't ever overshadow your downline. You want to build their confidence. You want to put them on a pedestal, and you want to work alongside them, not above them. It's really important because you want these people to be seen as leaders as well. You want their coaches to look up to them the way that they're looking up to you. So that's why it's really important to build that confidence in your coaches, build that confidence in your leaders, and to work alongside with them and never over or above them. So something that we do in our groups that we've been starting to do is we run like Emerald to Diamond groups, and then our people in our group run their own groups. And what I like to do is I like to have the other coaches run weeks of the group, run our team calls. We do a coach of the week every week in our group where another coach nominates anyone within our downline. Anything to give someone else that type of leadership position, even if it's just for a day. Because when you do that, their coaches are looking up to them, and it's an amazing thing. Let your leaders shine. Okay, the other thing that is super important, and I think it's a big deal, a big thing in our team, is showing gratitude. You need to recognize your coaches. You need to recognize their teams. Give compliments and give them freely. Give public compliments, because not only does it boost the confidence in your coach and them as a leader, but it makes their coaches proud. It makes their coaches proud to be on their team. So give those compliments, whether it be on their wall, in your group, where it is, just give them freely. And don't just give them because someone hit Success Club or someone had great personal volume. Give it because someone worked out 5 days that week, or someone got one of those messages, the messages that mean so much. thanking them. Whatever it is, it's something small. Just give them freely and give them often. And invest in your team. There's nothing more important than investing in your team. The more time, the more energy you give to the people that are giving it back to you, the more they're going to go to bat for you when the time comes. When I was making my push for Premier at the end of last year, I didn't have to worry about going to my team and saying, listen, I have a goal, can you help me reach it? I said, I have a goal, and they said, what do we need to do? And they all pushed. And they pushed because they knew that I would push for them when the time came. So now we all have these leaders, and what do we need to do? We need to let them branch off. And this can be hard. You know, it can be hard on the coach. You're like the mom coach, and now they're breaking off and they're forming their own teams, and they have their own team names and their own shirts and their own groups, but you got to let it happen. And you have to focus more on the leading than the leaving, because they're not really leaving. They're just becoming leaders themselves, and if they became leaders themselves, that means you did an amazing job and you did a great job. Don't rush it. You never need to fully separate. You don't need to be worried about leaving your team. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it because you want to be in the spotlight or have your own team name or whatever it is. Do it when you're ready. Let it happen naturally. And stay connected. Stay connected with your coach. Stay connected with your upline team. And once you're a leader, stay connected with the coaches that are leaving you. Work together, because we thrive when we're together. And there's no feeling of competition that way, because there should never be a feeling of competition. We do better when we're together. Oh, this is the slide that's going to make me cry. Well, here I am. All right, well, the slide that I'm looking at, it says, you can love without leading, but you can't lead without love. And that's a John Maxwell quote. And I'm looking at pictures of my team. There's a picture of my upline Team Never Surrender Diamond Retreat. There's a picture of my entire team in Pittsburgh, Super Saturday. There's pictures of us in Cancun, Mexico together. And when I look at these pictures, I don't see Success Club. I don't see Team Volume. I can't tell you who's an emerald, who is a star. I just see commitment. I see loyalty. I see camaraderie. I see friendship. And I see love. Because at the end of the day, the people that will lift you up, these people, they lift me up. They help me. They pray for me, and I'm not even a prayer. They'll be there for me, and I know they will in a second. I see family. So love who you lead. Love who you lead. And that's it.